Coliseum welcomes you, my friends. It has been a while, I'm not gonna lie. Life comes at you fast. How you recover from it is really what is important, and here we are. You know, I did miss a set or two. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Murders at Karlov Manor looked pretty darn boring, but then I saw the Wild Wild West show up, and I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed. So, you know, I figured if there was ever a time to get back in, it is now. And my friends, here we are. What in tarnation is this little feller? Slick shot show off. That was a little bit of a slip. Interestingly enough, the whole plot mechanic is like, suspend or forecast, or not forecast, foretell. I mean, there's a ton of things, but basically you pay the cost, you set it aside, then you could play for free at a later turn. That's pretty cool. So, I mean, everybody is probably familiar with this little bad boy. 1/2 for 2 with flying and haste. Catching down creature spell, he gets +2/+0 till end of turn. It really lets you set up for a pretty big payoff turn. Of course, everybody knows this. I'm the one that's late to the game here. I think I have been knocked all the way down to bronze. So it's going to be a true climb from the bottom. So let's just go for some of the other choices here. I stuck with Izzet because obviously we want to trigger this as many times as possible. We got Consider, Sleight of Hand for card draw and filtering, Monstrous Rage. Move this to my little rogues gallery over here. Monstrous Rage, and Demonic Ruckus for increasing power toughness and maintaining some form of card advantage. In this case, half a card because we get the aura out of the deal. And it's really just about keeping things moving, keeping our creatures big, and keeping them hasty. I am trying Ledger Shredder over Fugitive Codebreaker, but worst comes to worst, we can go back to that. I think I'll save the Codebreaker for maybe a mono red variant. It looks like it's a pretty fun deck. We'll see how it actually performs. We may just get clobbered, but that's the beautiful thing about bronze, baby. It's nowhere but up from here. So the rest of the deck looks pretty familiar. We got some spot removal, play with fire being a good way to filter, and of course a 1 mana instant force shot. And then over here in my rogues gallery, I've got a lone spell Pierce. That's just the Miser's protection spell along with 3 steps ahead. I actually like 3 steps ahead. This might be one of the best cancel variants ever. It's almost like cancel meets cryptic command. Just being able to create a copy, counter a spell, or even just loot. Just draw 2, discard a card, alongside Proph's Eidetic Memory. I've got it as a 1-of here. The ability to just replace itself, and then of course, if we ever get the trigger, which when we're drawing a lot of cards we should, then maybe it'll pay out in spades, otherwise, we side it out. That's the main deck for you. Nothing too crazy. I do have a Miser's Mirrex in here, just the ability from the late game to make extra creatures. Plus, if we end up bringing in our Balmor out of the sideboard, be able to boost them as the game goes on. Excuse me. As far as the sideboard goes, nothing too crazy here. Got some options for control, got some options for aggro. We're going to have to wait and see how prevalent things are in best of 3, as you'll see I'm in bronze, baby. I haven't played in forever, so my friends, it is fabulous to be back. Without further ado, let's get to the games. Oh boy, must be my birthday. Let's see what we got here. We use a Sleight of Hand to find a red source and we'll be good. We got the Slick Shot Show Off, Ledger Shredder. It's banking a lot, but 20 mana sources, we should be okay, I would hope. If not, it's gonna be a quick game, right? Lucky us. So now we can set up the Slick Shot Show Off or the Ledger Shredder. Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. The old Epicure. Next turn's gonna be interesting. I think we'll go Kumano basis Kakazan, Ledger Shredder, get the Slick Shot Show Off, Schooner. Yeah, it's probably our best bet. Oh, look at that. Spire buff now. Crazy. Could set up for a bigger turn, but at the same time, I think I'm just going to go ahead and... Oh, I did that. No, I didn't. Next turn, we can get all 3, catch the Witch Chakra Frenzy, trigger the Ledger Shredder, and go from there. Ooh, Sire Ginger. No haste for you, kind sir, but here comes Mr. Schooner. Yep. Oh, those. No blocks. Yeah, that was a sequencing issue. You gotta forgive me, my caffeine isn't kicked yet, so what we should have done was I missed the Ledger Shredder trigger that I was originally planning for. It's fine, of course. We will be okay, but I should have gone Ledger Shredder, Slick Shot, well, it doesn't really matter which order we do it. So we got a creature spell to cast here. I think we're going to go ahead and go with our good friend Mr. Show Off. Got something going on here. Then let's go ahead and get in there. See if he does anything. Could be looking at nothing. Never mind. See, it doesn't. I'm not gonna say the sequencing didn't matter, because of course the sequencing always matters. But in that situation, who knows what could have happened. So, our variables in this one, I would say, Frenzy might not be as good. I'm definitely gonna want to Braid here. We're definitely gonna want Brotherhood's End. If we want to maintain air superiority, we could bring in Balmore, since we're probably not going to be dealing with many flyers. We're going to be dealing with, looks like, a lot of artifact-based aggro. He had a Voltage Surge on top of his library, so we're going to have some removal to contend with. I don't think it's going to justify a Spell Pierce in there. Iconoclast is an interesting one, because they're going to have some removal, but not a lot, so it really depends on how much we want to take out. And the Festivities might be decent, but at the same time, we haven't seen enough to know. You know, if he is a what do you call it, an Anvil-based player or not. So I think what we're gonna do here is, I think we're gonna get rid of. Am I gonna regret getting rid of my counter spells? I don't think I'm gonna touch any of the core base. I think I'm just gonna go with the artifact removal, and just maybe get rid of the counter spells. Keep the Eidetic Memory for him to be able to power up our flyers along with Demonic Ruckus. Worst case scenario, if we need to, we can bring in some variety, but I think that's good for game 2. Slick Shot Show Off just gets really big really quick. He's very forgiving when you mess up your sequencing with a Ledger Shredder. Definitely got some kind of Izzet mirror match. Isn't it amazing? Don't play for months. I show up and I play the equivalent of a mirror. Isn't that funny? So let's put on the cliffs. Go team Swiftspear. I'm gonna have to go double red next one. So what we'll do is, right now our play is next turn Swiftspear, Swiftspear. Oh no. No, give me red. Go team Swiftspear. Opponent's not gonna be happy with this one, because next turn we're gonna go Eidetic Memory, make them all huge, make one huger, Witchstalker Frenzy, the potential blocker. Unless he's got, Flame Blessed Bolt, that's brutal. But he doesn't have a land, so we'll go ahead and start. Eidetic Memory. See what we find here. I'm not really interested in that right now. Get him for 8. Still hasn't made a second land drop. We got Ledger Shredder into Witchstalker Frenzy next turn. It's a shame. We don't think we can actually. Well, I mean, let's wait and see what the opponent's got. He's got to go for the land here over the Sire Ginger. He's probably got another removal spell for us for our other Swiftspear, so we may just have to go Ledger Shredder. Maybe we'll draw another cantrip, but we'll see. Yep, we got him. Well, that's interesting. So in that case, we're going to go Shivan Reef. We're going to play Ledger Shredder. We're going to go for a little bit of a Demonic Ruckus. Good game, opponent. Yeah, that one was just a little too quick to actually do anything. So, good game, opponent. Good game. Tier 3, baby. Let's claw our way back. That seems like a keeper. Turn 1... Turn 1 Swiftspear, turn 2 Swiftspear Kumano Bases Kakazan, turn 3 Ledger Shredder, potentially Monstrous Rage to do some cantripping. That could work. All depends what we're playing against. We'll see if it's another mirror match. It is not. Looks like it's going to be a fun one, everybody. Let's buckle up, buckaroos. Ooh, Esper. That's even more spicy. Let's go and go Shivan Reef here. Monastery Swiftspear. See how he feels about that. Might be setting ourselves up for a potential... Emergency Lockdown. I'm trying to remember the name of the card. Exile all 3. Non-land permanents converted mana cost 2 or less. It's Emergency Lockdown. I forget. Oh, someone's dying. He has been cut down. Looks like Esper. Which is fine. We can live with Esper. No, no. Nice, we got another removal spell of swords to watch out for, so we're probably going to go ahead and go... Ledger Shredder. Make him a big boy. Then we're going to attack with Swift Spear. Probably going to go with this Monstrous Rage. See what he does though. Might just hold it. Yep, I'm going to. End the turn. That way if he does have another Fairy Mastermind. Interesting. Good thing the Ledger Shredder is cut down proof. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and get in here and see what happens, shall we? It's debatable I should have played the land first, but we'll see. I might just take it. Not gonna do anything else until we see, because if he has a second spell, I don't want to trigger the Ledger Shredder with the Fairy Mastermind on the board if at all possible. But the only other spell we got is Witchstalker Frenzy. I'm not too worried about it, but here comes something. Cut down. Oh, this is tempting because I could fizzle the cut down with a Witchstalker Frenzy on the Fairy Mastermind, but it'll allow him to draw a card. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna get rid of the Spiralift for now here. Stinks because he gets to draw a card too, but there's nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. And this might have negative repercussions depending on what he drew. He has a removal spell for the Etching of Kumano. That's fine. Depends what he's more scared of. Got him. Got him. And that's all for us. I'm gonna hold the Sokenzan just in case. What we don't want to see here is like a removal spell. Let's go ahead and go Mirex. And let's just attack and see what happens. Not in a hurry. He might just activate the Restless Anchorage, and that's fine. We can go ahead and consider and see if we can hit a second spell. Otherwise, we'll just let him block it. Seems like he might have another cut down in the midst. Or a go for the throat. But again, let's wait and see. Fairy Mastermind. Oh, got us. There we go. For the Ruckus. What's that do for us this turn? Doesn't do anything for us this turn. Let's see what we find. A land, of course. Well, it's okay though. Everybody lives. We got the Sokenzan on the back burner. We don't want to see... Oh, that's fine. Whiff. He's still got his 2 cards to ours. He has the Restless Anchorage available as well. Let's see what we can draw. Spell Pierce. Well, I guess that is something. Something is better than nothing, I suppose. And we might get lucky. He might have like a... Yep. Yep. Taking 1. Yep. Alright. The Spell Pierce might do something. Okay, now it's not going to do anything, but you never know. Play it as a 1/2 haste, but I've got nothing to do with it, so... I almost said forecast it. I'm going to plot it for next turn. We'll see what he's got though. He's going for the 2/3 again. Yeah. He might just double block the shredder here. Nope, he's gonna eat a token. No, he might. Okay, no. Oh wait, why would he double block it? I'm sorry, I got power tokens confused there. You have to forgive me. Takes one. We take that Fairy Mastermind out. Let's plot our show off. Spell Pierce at the ready. This Mirax would have been nice if I didn't have other stuff to do. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. Let's present what lethal we can, and let's go. Okay. Should I have played the land? Possibly. I didn't want to give away any information. He's got a blocker here. Yeah. Let's see who he's playing. He's got to block the Ledger Shredder. Well, no, if he doesn't, yeah, so he's got a removal spell of some kind, but it depends on what it is. If it's something like the end, we might be okay, because we could Spell Pierce it. If it's a go for the throat, we've got nothing. Actually, I may regret this, but this does pump everybody. Gets us a new card. He can tap for it, but it gets rid of the anchorage. He pays for it. That's fine. And then everybody resolves. He goes to 3. We make a dude end of turn, and we hold up our... And we end the turn. Let's see what he's got. Show me what you got. He's got no blockers. Mirax doing some work. Not gonna get greedy, just gonna wait. He doesn't have to know we have the play with fire. Hopefully he doesn't have Sphinx's Revelation. Good game 1. So it's against some kind of Esper. It looks like just Esper mids, maybe. I mean, we didn't see anything too crazy or different here. Fairy Mastermind, a bunch of removal, all this garbage, so... Let's see here. Spell Pierce probably not going to do much for us. Again, we've got the Rogues Gallery to consider. We can do Lithomantic Barrage, although, I mean, we have to assume Rafine is in there, right? I would say so. So then we probably want the other Witchstalker Frenzy as well. So we could just do the straight up 3 for 3. We could do 1 Lithomantic Barrage and 1 End the Festivities, but it's gonna, well, End the Festivities would have been pretty good right there, but I can't imagine it's always gonna be the case. Opponent definitely drew certain parts of their deck and not others. I imagine he probably had lands in his hand by the way the end of the game looked. We haven't seen it yet, so maybe I don't need Lithomantic Barrage until I confirm Rafine is in there. I mean, Rafine's gotta be in there, right? I would say so. I think opponent just drew the wrong half of his deck. Just debating if I do want the Miser Spell Pierce over a Lithomantic Barrage, but aside from removal, what am I using it for? I don't think the match is slow enough to warrant Jace or Iconoclast, especially with flyers. I don't think we need the Balmore Iconoclast package. I think this is what we want. I'm just debating. So we can get rid of this, get rid of this. Do we want the Eidetic Memory? I think I definitely like Menace and Trample more than that. It's honestly between those here. I like the play with fire. Everything else is fine. I guess I could take out a Ruckus, but I do think I value it more than resources. I tell you what, let's drop a Lithomantic Barrage. I know it's safe to assume that Rafine is in there. It's probably really safe to assume that, but we don't want to get too crazy and out of it with our resource wars. That's why I don't want to take out the Eidetic Memory, because I want to make sure that we maintain some kind of advantage in said resource war. This is interesting. Once again, that Stormcave Coast is definitely biting us here, but we'll see. gonna hold off. I'm gonna hold up play with fire to stop any potential bats. Alright, fireworks start next turn. We'll put away the show off, set up a ruckus. No, put away the show off, set up Kumano. Duh. Hey, look, it's that dude we were just talking about. Oof. Well, this could be bad or it could be good. He's got Shelly, we're in trouble. He doesn't have Shelly. We're still in somewhat trouble. We just... Now I'm kind of regretting that last... Well, granted, if we see the Prof's Eidetic Memory, then we'll know that we could have drawn. It's still just a 1/4, so all of our removal does take care of it. Problem here, of course, is what happens to our Slick Shot Show Off. Because right now... Let's see what he's got. I imagine he has a lot of removal here. If he does this, then yes, we're just going to say cut down. We have another cut down? Did I just get baited? I let that resolve. The cut down resolves. Oof, that's a rough one. Alright, let's do this. Because this stops that. Yeah, he loses flying. He's a 6/3. I can't attack because he lost haste. That's right. It's okay. Aggravating as it is, we can still get through with some damage. Yeah. Didn't see Tidebinder coming. It might have been better to let the Tidebinder... No, we couldn't. Let the Tide... Well, actually, we should have let the Tidebinder resolve. Okay. So here we're going to go ahead and... We'll start beefing up our guys here. See what he's got. This might just be it for us. Then we're going to definitely bring in the... Let's get in there. Depending on what happens. I'm probably going to plot one Demonic Ruckus and play with Fire the Tidebinder away. Oof, you can see the Empire is kind of brutal. Ah, that was dumb. Shame, concede. I don't know why I thought the math would work, but I mean it was pretty over at that point. So we're going to get rid of Prof's Eidetic Memory. We're going to bring in End the Festivities. Oh, excuse me, End the Festivities. We're going to bring in Lithomantic Barrage since we now know that this is happening. And if he's got Tidebinder, we don't want the Iconoclast. I think this is what we'll go with here, so let's run it back. Let's be a little smarter with our moves. We can slow down. As long as we have ways to handle Rafine, we should be fine. And now we're back on the play. Storm Cave Coast. Bite me in the tail. I'll be on the play, sir. That is acceptable. Can't go wrong with a hand with multiple Swift Spears. So I go Swift Spear, Ledger Shredder, then set up for the attack. See how many cut downs we got to contend with. So now we go Swift Spear into Consider. Let's let him have priority. Let's see what happens here. Might lose the Shredder, but at the same time, ooh. I'm gonna ditch a Frenzy here. So we can go ahead and set up the next Ruckus. We don't need that. Oh, there we go. Hit him for 6. Oh, I really hope that there's not a emergency lockdown coming, because we will just be hosed. He's got Rafine. We've at least got the Lithomantic Barrage and Demonic Ruckus. Denic, that works too. See if anything. Nope, no priority held. Well, in that case. No response. Okay. At the very least, if he's got a board sweep, we have a cantrip in the form of Demonic Ruckus. Unless it's... Oh, unless it's emergency, well, he doesn't have double white. How much removal can you barf up at us? Creature, this gives him that. Ain't gonna do it, homie. Sleight of hand here, see what we can find. That'll do. Good game, opponent. Good game. Tarnation. Look at us just climbing up the bronze ladder. On the draw. This seems reasonable. Turn 1, we can get that Demonic Ruckus out. Turn 2, Ledger Shredder Ruckus. Oof. Pull out it, baby. Oh, that's unfortunate. I'll probably have to go to Proft or Sleight of Hand because he's going to get our Ledger Shredder, but we'll probably lead with Sleight of Hand. Try to find a shock or some form of removal for this bat. Yep, Super Shocker. Unfortunate. Let's see what we can find here. One gate's going now, one has to wait. Let's get going now, shall we? Should have played the portal. Oh well. There's one life either way. Bit of a punt there. Gets his life back, yep. Not looking good for the home team. Oh, bye Eidetic Memory. Now we're in trouble. Alright, end the festivities. Oh, I don't play that card. Let's make a red. Alright, well, this is looking fabulous. What is the stronger card here? Probably Eidetic Memory, so we can draw something else, yeah. We can get the bat back. I'm not going to do it now, of course. We're going to wait till his end of turn. Bat! Bat! Go for it, homie. Let me know how that works out for you. Anywho. Might be a little goes all inny, but at the same time, if it works, it works. Now if he kills it, we draw 2 cards. He still has his bat, but then hopefully we hit something here. I really wanted to hold that Soken-san, but what are you gonna do, right? Bat! Yep. With my Thran portal. Oof, that's a good one. Let's see what we can find. play the show off and attack. Why not? Let's get in for some damage. Pow, pow! Down to 4, back up to 7. We got 3 attackers coming next turn. A removal spell and our Swift Spear will at least cantrip us. And the festivities, where are you at? Another. Oh, now this is bad. Now we are in trouble. But hey, we could hit a series of cantrips to just knock this out of the park. And at the same time, we could just be dead here. These are gain some life. Man, I'm going to be playing a lot of Esper today, I imagine. What are we at? Okay, and here we are. I believe that is what they call a good game, but at the same time... all we needed was a spell there. We did not draw a spell, though. That's okay. A lot of lands. Alright, so here we go again. Let's get rid of Spell Pierce. We're going to get rid of 3 steps ahead. Take out the Eidetic Memory. We're going to want the Lithomancer Barrage. I do want End the Festivities. I do want the Vengeance. I think I am going to drop 1 Ruckus, maybe. No? Maybe 1 Monstrous Rage. No, I will drop 1 Ruckus. Yeah, let's do it. Oh, Esper, Esper, Esper. You're always so much fun. Man. Bat. What are you gonna do, right? I feel like there was some sequencing issues that could have changed there, but at the same time... Interesting. Esper is kind of the flavor of the season. I was looking at the lists that were posted last weekend, and Esper is definitely back to being the top dog in the format. With, I mean, Pest Control, rest in peace. It got a lot of boosts in this last set. Will definitely be something we explore, as I'm sure everyone will. Let's go ahead and be on the play here. Oh, this is a little iffy, but we'll try it. I don't like single threat hands, but at the same time... We're just gonna turn 1, go with the Ruckus. Unless he... yeah, we'll see. See if we get a response here. He has the cut down. Looks like he does. Bam! It's a big boy. So good news, he's got to go for the throw, but we get to draw a card, so we at least got a good hit in. Alright, that works. Let's go ahead and go Ledger Shredder into Kamano Base's Kakazan. Yes. We're going to discard this land. Want to hold open the Frenzy and the Consider. Here comes our Fiend, maybe? Nope. Just to go for the throw. That works. He kept a removal heavy hand. Nothing wrong with that. We're going to burn a Consider. Let's see what we got here. Don't need you. Not yet, anyways. Let's burn another one. Don't need you right now. Gonna need a threat. We did not hit a threat. Unfortunate. Well, we got a threat right here. We just got to get him out on the battlefield. It appears my opponent has a removal heavy hand. Oh, I smell a Wandering Emperor. What do you guys think? Wandering Emperor or something else? Huh, well, not Wandering Emperor then. Oh, I left open a red. I want to leave open a Rui. Oh well, that's all for us. What does he have that's holding priority? Hey, it was a Wandering Emperor. Interesting. No blocks here, sir. No blocks here. What do we got? 2 cards left in hand. Let's start with sleight of hand. Guess Frenzy? Let's see how this goes. Not good. Pest control. Interesting. Got him. Destroy all non-land permanents and mana value 1 or less. It would have been a 1/1 removal spell, but it would have hit his own token. Yep, we got him. Might have been a reason to go after. Oh, geez. Well, that's something though. Unfortunate. Should have done that last turn. That was dumb. It's all for me. Top deck time. He's got a Restless Anchorage. We've got an Etching of Kumano. Oh, he's got Duelist of the Mind. Oh, brutal. We need to top deck something here. I thought about playing this guy. He's pretty good. Yep. Come on, baby. What do we got? That was definitely a sequencing issue on my part. We should have killed the Wandering Emperor the turn before. Yeah, it was dumb. Now we're gonna pay for it. Do we throw it in? Don't think so. He's got a Denic, but he also just has a 1/4. Let's get in for some damage. We're going to be taking some on the back burner, but if we top deck properly, we might still be able to win this one. It's going to be a stretch. That was on me. It was definitely a mistake to not kill the Wandering Emperor the turn before. I am paying for it hardcore now. Yep. Yeah, definitely a huge mistake there. Take 4 down to 5. It's an interesting sequence, but I do think there exists a sequence of cards we could draw that would win. It's gonna be tough. We're gonna need something. Yep, there's Denic. Gonna ready the GG. I'm pretty sure we lost here. Yep. Yeah, he would have had to. Oh well. Unfortunate. I do think we might have had one more turn, but at the same time, unfortunate. And we are back for the wrap-up. It went pretty well. 2-1. That Esper matchup definitely was a couple punts on my part, but at the same time, it feels like it's going to be a very 50-50 matchup. We have a lot of lifelink and a lot of removal and a lot of answers. So It's tough. I don't think counterspells ever need to be brought in there, but at the same time, maybe something like Shore Up should be considered, although earlier I thought about doing it, but it just wasn't tickling me fancy. So, well, hope everybody had a good time. That was a great introduction with old Mr. Slickshot Show Off. We didn't get to do anything too crazy with him, but hey, we got to see the power of the deck in certain situations. So, anywho, that is all for me, my friends. I will see everybody later.